Hey everyone, tonight we are doing the final impressions of the Blackland Vector. I have used a number of blades in here. The first shave which you saw had the Feather Pro Super. That blade was bent after that shave, with as bad as I cut myself with that one. Then I used a Feather Pro, a regular Feather Professional. And that was a fantastic shave. Used the Pro Guard last night, which was a little bit older. Had a couple of shaves on that blade. And that wasn't bad. It's not my favorite blade in the Vector. At least the ones I've tried so far, I really like the regular Professionals. But tonight, I'm going to use the final blade I have in my den, and that is a Feather, or not the Feather, the Kai Captain Mild, or Captain Pink, or Kai Pink blades. The brush is the Deadpool Smiles for Miles V69 Badger Knot. In here, this is the shredder, whipped up in the copper Cap's Choice bowl. And the soap, as you already saw from the thumbnail, is Holy Cow Iced Tea. Holy Cow is not a brand that I normally have in the den. In fact, this is my only Holy Cow tub. Ooh, that feels really good. I have the aftershave, or the splash, and the soap. And the scent notes on this, if I can remember, I just looked this up before I started recording, is yuzu, black tea, lemon, basil, and peppermint. So with the peppermint, I get a little bit of that cooling effect, which is really nice. I guess it's the iced tea. I don't really get a lot of the black tea scent. Off the puck, I mostly get a lot of basil, a little bit of lemon. But then once it's lathered, it kind of opens up a little bit. I get a little more of the black tea. Basil in there still. The lemon, and it's really nice. Has a good cooling effect to it. So we'll see how it goes. I have used this base before. I had a sample that was generously sent to me by an individual. This is in the Sierra base, which is, I believe, their tallow. Yep, tallow. So it's the Sierra base. There's ingredients. Haven't used this for a while. As I mentioned, I don't have any Holy Cow besides this one. And this was sent to me by the Razor Company. I'm sure if you watch CDB's channel, he's been mentioned that they have a bunch of YouTubers doing videos for them as well. I am not one of them. But if you go to the main homepage of the Razor Company and scroll down to near the bottom, you'll see their blog posts of like the how-to, the reviews, and the history, or shaving history. That's where you find what I do for them. I read a lot of their blog posts. This shave is going a lot better than it did the initial time with the Vector. So the soap so far is performing very well. I can still feel a little bit of residual slickness. We'll see how it goes subsequent passes. I am liking the soap. It is an extremely soft soap. So if you have the Sierra base, or if you've not tried it and you're one that normally soaks your soap before the shave, or bloom as, soak, bloom, whatever, with this soap you don't need to. It is very soft. It is dang near crope levels soft. But it is performing very well. Has a little bit of that cooling factor because of the mint, which is quite nice. I'm digging it. The scent I thought would be a little different. I didn't think I'd get the basil mostly on top. and I do get quite a bit of basil, which isn't bad. I think the basil mixed with the mint, but oh, it is a beautiful scent. If you like tea scents, this is not a bad one to use. Shape of this vector is going really well. I'm sending this back to CDB probably first part of next week, simply because we have a lot going on tomorrow. And in my neighborhood, as with all new construction in my state, apparently, is we have community mailboxes, which is the next box over. I think I've talked about this before in the video. But we have community mailboxes, and the slot to put mail is about the size of an envelope. And you can put like a small padded envelope in the mail slot there to get that mailed out. So if you want to mail a package, you have to drive to the mailbox or to the post office. So this post office is a couple miles away, and it's not like a straight shot. You have to go and wind, and it sucks. It's just inconvenient. So if you notice I'm doing something a little different with my passes. The second pass, I didn't go anywhere on my neck, much like I do with chivettes. As this past week, I used a lot of DE razors at the beginning of the week, and I do a full 2-pass shave like I used to do, instead of my with and against the grain on the neck, like I do with the chivette. And I would end up getting a lot of irritation and ingrowns when I'd use like the DE or an SE. So I thought, for the next couple of shaves, I'm going to try and just do a 2-pass on the neck. That's really, really wet here. I just try and do a 2-pass on the neck, 3 passes on the cheek and the sideburn area, and see how that goes. And so far, so good. There's been 0 blood after that first minor bloodbath. To the shave gods, the blood oath, blood tribute, whatever you call it. That's looking better. And I haven't had any blood since, so not a bad thing. This actually has a really nice cooling effect to it as well. I'm gonna have to look, see if this has menthol or if it's just the mint that's causing this cooling, because it is decently cold. Kind of like it. This is colder than some menthol soaps I have. Good residual slickness. Here on the 3rd pass. Got that stubble off pretty nice. I should mention this is a brand new Kai Pink. And it's working very well in this vector. I can honestly say now, after having tried a couple different blades in here and getting really good shades with the vector, I see why so many people love it. So much so that I would even consider buying one. Now that desire to get one, well, it is there. It's not something I'm going to rush out and get tomorrow. One, because I have the Hawk V2. And at least for me, the shaves, because I'm using the same kind of blade, there's not that much difference in shave quality. Now, in sense of the feel of the razor, absolutely, you can tell this is a premium offering. It has a good weight behind it. The machining on this thing is just fantastic. It is a premium offering, and it behaves as such. A little bit clean up here. The soap is working very well. Yep, now I get a little bit more of that mint, lemon. Still get some basil, and surprisingly not a ton of black tea, though it is present. Which is odd because black tea is normally a fairly strong scent. So, man, I am liking this soap quite a bit. Thank you, Razor Company, for sending this. And I'll send a couple other soaps as well that I've used. Haven't used some of them. Oh, that actually got that rose pot really nicely. Gosh dang it. Really excellent shave. All right, I'm enjoying this one far too much. CDB mentioned that I probably cost him some money because I lent him my saber. Well, CDB, if I can find one of these for a good run, good price, I think you've cost me some money as well. That was probably my favorite shave with the Vector, was with this soap and that blade. The soap, now I don't know if the soap really contributed to anything different than what I was using else this week. Because the soap performs exceptionally well. It's a high-end soap. It's one of those top tier, ultra premium offerings. And it works really well. It lathered up very nicely. As I mentioned, it's extremely soft. However, it takes a good amount of water. As you can see, I still have plenty in the knot, plenty in the bowl. This is a low structure, high dense lather. So you're not gonna get a Santa Claus type beard, but it is very slick. I still have that cooling effect, which is really nice. As you can see, my skin is still just really, really slick. So I'm gonna finish off with the Thayer's Witch Hazel. That one's still going strong. Probably will end up being gone this week or maybe next, who knows. Yeah, residual thickness of this soap is ridiculous. Should have used alum to see if there's any burn or anything on there. But that wasn't bad. I don't see any irritation, my blind self. So we're gonna finish off with the matching splash, because this video is actually one fairly short for me. Nice little plastic restrictor in here. I've never used a Holy Cow splash, so I don't know how it goes. Nice restrictor. There we go. We'll just get this on, and we'll call it good. Hopefully this has a little bit of that cooling in it as well. Oh man. Oh. This splash smells so good. The soap smells really good. I dare say the splash is even better. It's a nice compliment. It's one that I would not mind wearing around. Ooh, man, that smells really good. Feels good on the face. Will I get more Holy Cow in the future? Maybe. It's not bad, but like I said, I don't think the overall shave experience was any different than using something like CK6, WSP, Heritage Hill, you know, a lot of my top, or Case Bubbles, a lot of my top brands anyway. but it was a phenomenal shave. I love this scent. I would buy this scent again. I absolutely would buy it. This is the icing on the cake for the scent for me. And I'm getting a little bit of that kind of burning from alcohol. I don't know if this has alcohol in it. I should have looked beforehand. Yep, alcohol. Is alcohol-based splash. A little bit of burning now, once it's been applied, but not as I put it on. But I get the burning from the alcohol and the cooling as well from the soap, which is really nice. And there's menthol in here as well. There's alcohol and menthol. And cucumber. So yep, I would definitely recommend, if you like tea scents, this is one I can definitely recommend. I would buy this one again. Even at that premium price. Great soap, phenomenal scent, and that splash. If you get the soap, get this splash. It's something you won't hear me say very often. But, okay, so final thoughts on the Vector. I think so far, my favorite blade in here is the Kai Mild, or the pink. If I'm using a Chevette or something, I like the Pro or the Pro Supers. The Kai in here was just so smooth. There was zero blade fill. With the Kai, or with the Feather Pro Guard, because of those guards on the blade, I felt a little bit of the teeth of those ridges, and it just made it not as enjoyable. The Feather Pro was also a very nice shave. I felt a little bit of blade feel in that, which is awesome. This, I didn't really get a lot of blade feel. So personally, my recommendation is either a Feather Professional or a Kai Pink, or the Feather Pro Light is the feather equivalent of the Kai Mild. Anyway, I'm rambling now. If you watched this far, thank you guys for tuning in for this, again, second video of the week, and hope you'll have a fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you all next time.